This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today I'm joined by my wife,
Denise King.
And this is a series called Gamer Tested,
Styles Approved.
And this is where we take a look at games from two different perspectives. One is my perspective of a gamer enthusiast, but really the star of the show is Denise because we take a look at games through a very casual gamer's perspective, someone that doesn't play a whole lot of games, to try to relate to people out there that have maybe some non-gaming spouses or friends and family that don't play a whole lot of games, but they're into them. These are games that you can play with them very easily. Today, we are going to be taking a look at...
So excited. The Mind.
The Mind. Yes, this is a game for 2 to 4 players. It is a cooperative game where you all work together to pass all the levels. It's very interesting. It's like no other game we've played before. So I'm going to give you just a very quick 1-minute overview of what this game is like and what you're trying to do, and then we'll come back and mostly talk to Denise about why she loves it. The Mind is a cooperative game for 2 to 4 players where you're trying to get through a certain amount of levels depending on how many players are there, and you'll have a certain amount of lives in order to get that done. Each player is given 1 card for whichever level they're on, so in level 1 everyone gets 1 card and you're trying to play these in ascending order. But the trick is, you can't talk. You're only using body language by how tense and how close you want to be to the table and how fast you want to play the card, and you're trying to figure it out with each other. But watch out, because if you play a card out of order, you'll lose one of your precious lives, and if you lose all the lives, you've lost the game. As you go up to the different levels, you get more cards. For instance, level 2, everyone will have 2 cards. You also can use a star, which means you can raise your hand, and if everyone does it, you can get rid of your lowest card face up. And some levels even get you a life back if you complete it. And you're trying to finish a certain amount of levels depending on the amount of players, and if you finish that, you can go into extreme mode where all the cards are played face down, and for every error you've made after you flip them up, you would lose a life. It's extreme. So The Mind. The first time you played this game, we were at the Rocky Mountain Gaming Vacation, and I was playing a game with some publishers that had showed up. They were playing a special game that was coming out later this year that I got a chance to get a sneak peek at, and you had just happened to have been down around hanging out with the people at the convention, something you don't normally do, but the Rocky Mountain Gaming Vacation is sort of different in that regard. And you were invited to play this game with a group of girls, a group of ladies that a lot of them were your age, some a little older, some a little younger, but around the same age group. And they were making all this noise, playing this game, having fun, and then they asked you to join. And when they asked you to join, you were kind of reluctant, right, at first?
Oh, I was very hesitant. And no, we weren't around the same age. There was 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and late 60s. So literally of every age. Yeah. And you were intimidated, but they taught you the game pretty easily. You got to watch a round or so. I was very intimidated because I was the only non-gamer playing. There was the publishers' wives. There was the people that were actually there that were sponsoring different brands of games. And then there's me, the supportive gamer's wife. But was it easy to learn? It was very easy to learn, but I was very intimidated. But the thing is it doesn't matter if you're a gamer or not. You just have to know how to count from 1 to 100. And if you can count 1 to 100, anybody can play. Right. But I didn't realize that. I just thought you had to be like in the gaming world to understand how to play this specific game. Was it hard to understand not just what to do with the numbers, put them in order, but was it hard to figure out the whole non-communicative way of telling somebody you have a right card, the way that you can't talk? Because you love to talk and you love to blow surprises and you love to... Yeah, let me just tell you, when I was a juror in the Supreme Court, juror number 13, and you're not allowed to talk, let me just tell you, I am very expressionate with my body language, and I know how to make noise, and I know how to be like, no poker face. Right. So within this game, you may not be able to verbally speak, but facial expression is everything, and that which you are allowed to show. So that is very important in this game, to look at each other and kind of like eyebrows up, or kind of like, You know, so yes, it was hard not to speak, but at the same time, you're still allowed to show expression.
Yeah. Which is interesting to me because I would think that for someone that likes to talk as much as you do, that if I was told you're going to play a game where you can't talk, but you're working together, I would think there's no way you're going to like this game.
Oh, well, you've taught me games where you're not allowed to talk or show expression, like within facial expression or body language. No, absolutely not. But because I'm a very animated person without speaking as well, and again, not everybody's going to be animated, but I'm just saying with myself and my coping mechanism, I was able to play this game without necessarily using words.
Right. So what was your experience? Because I think you had an experience that's very much like what other people have when they play this game, which is the first couple of times you play it, because it only takes about 15, 20 minutes at most to play it, right? So the first couple of times that you played it with them, how did you guys do?
Well, the first round is always difficult, and especially not knowing what you're doing specifically. And we were all learning, and I'm playing with a bunch of women that I didn't know. And so this game is very good for breaking ice and getting to know people, because now you're not talking and you don't know each other, but you're all trying to learn what the other is saying without verbal words. Yeah. So it does make it fun. And so we played around, and once we learned the exact method of madness that you're going for, it got easier, and then it got more fun. So we ended up, well, every time I play this game now, which has been a total of 3 times, we've always played we've played 5 rounds each time.
Yeah. And so as soon as you finish a game, this is one of those games where you're like, let's do it again, let's do it again, let's do it again. And every time you get better at it. And I think that's one of the coolest things of this game is that you get to learn as a team how to work together, and you watch the team get better, and it doesn't matter who they are. And you can have a team that you get really good at and swap one person out with somebody else, and you almost start from scratch again because everyone has to learn each other's mannerisms.
So when we went to a mini vacation with our friends, and we played with the mother and the son, and the mother is in her 50s and her son is 13 years old, and it was awesome because you're playing again with different generations and men and women and adults and children, and again you're doing the same thing. You're just relying on each other, and they had a blast as much as we did. So It doesn't even have to be just people that are gamers of older age.
Right, and it's very portable. As you saw in the intro, the box is really small. We've played this in restaurants. We've played it over lunch with your friends. We've even played it standing in line at a concert with some friends. Well, we had one person holding a box, and the rest of us were throwing the cards in the box. Like you can play this game anywhere, and that's, I think, a really cool thing. So overall, it is quite a unique game, but it sounds like you highly recommend it.
I do highly recommend it, and it is just a fast, fun learning game. And again, all you have to do is count 1 to 100.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, this was nominated for the Spiel des Jahres, which is the German Game of the Year, which is typically lighter family weight games. And this was one of the 3 nominations for the year. It did not win. I wanted it to win. But that's how popular this game was in Europe that came out earlier this year. And it's just come out in North America at the time of filming this. So this is still going to be one of the better party games-ish. It's not necessarily a party game, but one of the lighter family games of the year for sure. And I'm glad that you liked it. Now more people can bring this to their non-gaming friends, spouses, or whatever. So there is The Mind. Well, now you know why Denise loves The Mind, and myself too. So this game is available for sale now, and if you want to learn more about the game, I've done a full review of it where I go a little bit more in depth of the different things that can happen, the different levels, and different things like that. So if you want to learn more, there's a link in the description of this video that you can click and just learn a little bit more about the game. So this has made it to Denise's shelf. She has her very own shelf that when she loves a game, she keeps it, and it's up to almost 50 games now that I'm looking at. She has a big, tall IKEA shelf. So until next time, this has been the Game Boy Geek.
And Denise King.
And this has been Gamer Tested.
Spouse approved.
We'll see you next time. Hello, my friends. It's the Game Boy Geek here, and today I'm joined by my wife.
We should first talk about why I look chubby.
Chubbier than last time we did this? It's been like a year and a half, I think.
I know. I was just thinking, and somebody's going to watch these and go, she looks chubbier and older. Well, it was my birthday, and so now I'm 1 year older, and I'm definitely chubbier. Because I had a fractured foot. So my excuse is I had a fractured foot, therefore I gained some weight. It's not the haircut. I just wanted to address the obvious.
Okay, elephant in the room. It's over with.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll cut this one.
I need to talk louder?
No. Okay, so just talk normal. Say your name.
Hi, I am Denise King. I am the Game Boy Geeks second half.
Okay. So that sounds good. Let's try. Not like that. Not yet.
All right, well, there is The Mind. And now you know why Denise and myself love this game and why it's on her shelf. Even though it's a small box, which makes no
Very
sense.
small.
Yes, it's a small box. Okay, you can put it down. What are you doing?
My face is getting sore from smiling.
Well, you only have one more video to do after this.
I know.
You look like a blowfish.
I'm trying to stretch the wrinkles.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.